Hello, and welcome to episode 17 of the Very Metal Diary of Cleo Howard. Monday, 1st of September. Today is back to school day, dear diary. I changed at Ian's as usual. Mum still won't let me wear what I want to school. While I was taking my top off, and for your information, dear diary, Ian always turns his back. Partly because he's a gentleman, but also because he won't be interested in I've got after he's had a hold of Ella's massive boobs in the summer holidays. Anyway, when I was changing at Ian's, I thought about what Ella had said about practising on the boys in my year. But this seems really mean, pretending to like someone just for sport. I could never do this. It would be dishonest. I also thought about what Nanny Howard said about Princess Diana no longer being in an unhappy marriage. Mum and Dad are also no longer in an unhappy marriage, but neither of them seem to be loads happier for it. I walked past some 13-year-olds today, and they were talking about forming a Spice Girls-based gang, and they were arguing about who would be who. Oh, I hate to see young minds being poisoned by rubbish music. I am now in my GCSE exam school year, which everyone keeps going on about. Your future job prospects, blah, blah, blah. Your opportunity to make the best of yourselves. I'm already doing that with a wonder bra, thanks. Your passport to a successful adult life. Mum still won't let me have a passport. Oh, the door to a potentially glittering future, and so on, and so on. T. Reg and Bob have left school now. T. Reg is being a sparky, which means an electrician, and Bob is working in an office. Oh, I used to love catching a glimpse of T. Reg, going out for PE. I am now very unlikely to ever see T. Reg in shorts. I suppose unless he wins the lottery and he begs me to accompany him on a luxury cruise to a tropical island where we'll drink Malibu and Cherryade out of coconuts, and we'll make love on the beach while the sun sets upon his perfect and his gently bobbing bottom. Sorry, dear diary, I may have got a bit carried away there. Today has been a rather dull day, and my brain is trying to inject some glamour into your pages. Simon the Raspberry, Dazza, Ella, Lizzie and Shot are all in the sixth form now. Lex and Mopey are in their final year of A-level. We're only going to see T. Reg and Bob in the Green Man now. We started Brave New World in English today. Also, I have a new pencil case with nothing written on it yet. Brave New World is about a future society. Some of the women are free martins, which means they aren't fertile, so they don't have to bother with contraception. This sounds good. Ian's condoms are still unused. Ian wanted to know why they use a card index for storing information when we have computers. Miss Wallace pointed out that there weren't computers when Brave New World was written. And then Jenny asked Miss Wallace loads of questions about Bokanovsky's process, and she wanted to know how close we were able to do this, because Dolly the sheep was a success. Bokanovsky's process sounds brilliant. It's basically having babies, but you don't actually have to carry them around in your stomach and then ruin your vagina. So, yeah, this sounds good. Come on, science. Tuesday, 2nd of September. In humanities, we answered the question, is heavy metal a religion? Mrs. Rogers is clearly trying to engage us by making the subject relevant, and we humoured her since she was doing her best. All of the people who like the rubbish Spice Girls complained about having to talk about heavy metal, and so Mrs. Rogers broadened the question out and asked them if they think it's right to worship the Spice Girls. Jenny did most of the talking as usual. She said that heavy metal is and isn't a religion. It's got the good aspects of a religion, such as a shared identity, shared values, activities and particular clothes to wear, but not the bad aspects of a religion, such as intolerance and unquestioning acceptance of nonsense that someone else told you to think. No one came up with a very good argument for worshipping the Spice Girls. Wednesday, 3rd of September. We're doing woodwork in CDT. Who needs woodwork? All of our furniture is from the second-hand shop near Nanny Howard's house, and it's a shop full of stuff from floor to ceiling, so surely no one needs to make any more furniture. We aren't making anything useful in woodwork anyway. We've got the choice between making an owl with some wings that slot in, or a wooden CD rack. I already have a plastic CD rack, so I'm going to make an owl. I've noticed that we never get to do the T, which is technology, in CDT. We just get to do the C and the D, which is craft and design. I think this is because actually my school can't afford the T. We've still got like 2 computers for the whole school. I was hoping that maybe I'd be able to make a robot vacuum cleaner, like the one Mum got excited about when it was on Tomorrow's World. Mr. Askew's GCSE pep talk was a lot less peppy than all the previous ones that teachers have given us this week. He said that some of us are going to end up doing boring jobs for little money, and we'd better pull our fingers out. I used to sometimes see T. Reg on the way to CDT, and I still look out for him, but of course he's not there. He's now a working man. I've written a poem for him. Tyrannosaurus Reg, you left, before my love was fully fledged. Now you're a 9 to 5 sparky, and I'm still here darkly. It's only on Saturday night I might glimpse you, irresistible. I should know better. You're a weekend treat like Viennetta. The word Saturday is a clever play on words, Didari. It's the sort of thing which people who laugh at the jokes in Shakespeare will get. After school, Ian, Gav and I watched some wrestling. The Undertaker is quite fit. Ian was telling me it looks like wrestlers have got small dicks, but it's just because the rest of them is so muscular. Thursday, 4th of September. In Brave New World, everyone belongs to everyone else, and there aren't families. People can have sex with who they like, and no one calls anyone a slag. This is very different to my school. And in fact, in Brave New World, if you don't sleep around, people think you're weird. I think Brave New World would suit Ella and Mark Dobbs, but I don't think it would suit Lizzie. I haven't yet decided if it would suit me. The clothes in Brave New World sound a bit awful. I went round to Jenna's after school, and we had some crisps made out of vegetables. Not out of normal potatoes, but out of parsnips, beetroot and carrot. As Nanny Howard would say, well, that's news to me. Mum came home from work with a bag of clothes that one of the women she works with thought I might like. Her daughter is off to university, and so she was having a big sort out. There were some dungarees, some jeans that are too big for me right now, a sweatshirt with Minnie Mouse on which Mum says I should wear. Oh, for Lemmy's sake, Mum, I'm 15. Minnie Mouse? And there was also a sundress with a sun, moon and star print that's actually quite nice. I asked Mum if we're officially poor. She said we're not as well off as we used to be when Dad lived with us, but we're not too bad. I wanted to ask Mum if she feels that her happiest years are ahead of her, now that she's no longer in an unhappy marriage, but I think the answer is probably no. Friday, 5th of September. We set fire to a peanut again in biology today. I swear I've done this experiment 3 times now, dear Dari. I get it. Heat is a kind of energy, and peanuts and other foods have energy in them. We told the supply teacher we'd already done it, but she said she didn't have anything else prepared, so we were going to do it again. After we'd incinerated a peanut, we set fire to some lettuce, which is probably the best thing for it. It just tastes of wet crunch. Peanuts are going to think I've got something against them, but I haven't. Some of my best times have included peanuts, such as Christmas, the pub and parties. Saturday, 6th of September. Today is the funeral of Princess Diana. There was nothing much else on the telly. Both Mum and Mrs. Butler said it was an awful tragedy. The Green Man was dreadful tonight. We got invaded by Karina Norman from school. She and Janine came with 2 boys I don't know. Karina said, "Oh, hi," and she gave me the lightest and falsest hug I've ever had. And I was sort of surprised, so I returned it with an equally false hug. It might be best in future just to hiss at each other and try to look big. They left after about half an hour, but somehow they left a lingering taint. Moby Dick has started drinking Pernod and Black. You don't pronounce the D, dear Dari. I mean, you don't pronounce the D in Pernod, but you do pronounce it in Moby Dick, otherwise he'd be called Moby Ick. Sunday, 7th of September. I had a lie-in and I watched my Joe Brand video, and then I had a big think about feminism. I'm a partial feminist, dear Dari. Jenny's dad assumes that I'm a feminist, which in itself is him imposing his views on women. I think that women should get paid as much as men for doing the same jobs. And I think that women should do the same amount of housework as men, and should be as free to have sex with as many people as they want. But I don't mind wearing a bra and trying to look attractive to men, because it's fun, and I want to be attractive to men. Men have got loads to gain from feminism too, but they don't seem to realise it. They think that feminism is just run by short-haired women in trousers that want to stop you from seeing Barbara Windsor's bosom, like in Carry On Girls. Monday, 8th of September. Karina Norman asked me and Jenny if we enjoyed the pub on Saturday. Jenny didn't reply. Karina said she thought it was a freak show, and she said that she won't be going to the Green Man again. She's got a better pub to go to, where they've got Robbie Williams and Peter Andre on the jukebox. This suits me fine. Having to put up with her Monday to Friday is more than enough to try the patience of a saint, as Mum would say. Mark Dobbs is a dickhead. He called Donna Harlow Flora because he said that he's heard that she spreads easily. He's such a hypocrite. He's easily the perviest boy in our year. Why can't Donna be equally sexually active if she wants, which she isn't? This is supposed to be the 90s, and we've got ladette culture, but in most people's heads, it's still the 50s. In Brave New World, Helm Watson is said to have had 640 girls in less than 4 years. This makes him the Gene Simmons, I think, of Brave New World. Bernard Marx reminds me of Moby Dick a bit. Tuesday, 9th of September. I hate ladette culture. It's far, far better to go quietly about your business, doing what you want, rather than shrieking about the place, flashing your boobs with one hand and drinking a can of lager with the other. Because when this sort of thing is on the telly, it makes Mum really twitchy about letting me go out at weekends. Wednesday, 10th of September. Trent Reznor is looking smoking hot on the cover of Kerrang this week. Jenny is going to need new pants after this one. Me and Ian saw a rainbow on the way home, so we took it as a sign to listen to Gav's Rainbow and Dio records. My favourite tracks were Dream Evil and All Night Long. Thursday, 11th of September. Janine Sackett had to read an embarrassing bit of Brave New World in English today. Bernard Marx went to an orgy, which is called a solidarity service. One of the characters in the book had an eyebrow like Barry's, which I thought was odd, because all the other little problems have been sorted out in Brave New World. Surely if they can make clones and they can cure senility, then they can stop people having one mega eyebrow. I went round to Jenny's after school and we had dinner. It was beef bourguignon, which is just beef stew, dear Dari. If I say it fast and I don't think about it, I can say it properly. But I sort of struggle if I look at it written down. Friday, 12th of September. I have grown, dear Dari. Today, Jenny and I went to CNA, and I stood by the giraffe height chart in the children's department, like I always do. Jenny grew off the top of the chart last year, and now I'm 5'3.5" tall. I'm taller than Danzig by half an inch. I'm still a 32A bra though. Me, Ian, Jenny and Matty went to the cinema tonight, and we saw Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. It was pretty funny, and I liked the clothes. Matty sat by Ian, and he tried to be a normal person. Actually, out of school, when he's not trying to impress people by lighting his farts, he seems to be pretty okay. He's read loads of Terry Pratchett books, and he also reads the same Ravenloft vampire books that Jenny loves. Saturday, 13th of September. Shop was wearing an X-Ray Specs t-shirt tonight. She bought it in Camden. She was telling us what a great place it is to go shopping. She also went to Kensington Market, which has got a goth shop called the Black Rose, and the changing rooms are decorated to look like coffins. Jen and I really want to go shopping in Camden and at Kensington Market. Ella was joking all night that she'd lost her virginity, but she still had the box it came in. She was chatting up the barman all night. Sunday, 14th of September. Hooray, Dad Day today. I told him all about Reading Festival and I showed him my wristband. Nanny Howard said she'd seen it on the news, but she didn't spot me. Bless her, she pronounced Metallica metal liquor. She tries to understand the stuff I like, but she always gets it sort of wrong. Something amazing happened when Dad took me home. Mum invited him in for a cup of tea, and we all sat in the living room together for the first time since the day he left. The conversation was mostly about me, but I suppose that this is a safe topic. Monday, 15th of September. In Brave New World everyone is happy, and if they aren't they take a drug called Soma. The character Lenina says, "Everybody's happy nowadays," which reminded me of the Buzzcocks song. She also said, "Never put off till tomorrow the fun you can have today." I think she'd be good to go to the pub with, but I bet she'd sleep with T-Reg. Mark Dobbs read out a letter from Penthouse magazine today. A woman had dipped her boyfriend's you-know-what in strawberry yoghurt and had basically used it as a spoon. I prefer black cherry yoghurt, and sometimes I like to dip a custard cream in it. There are loads of new flavours of Muller yoghurt all the time, but so far, thankfully, we haven't seen penis flavour.